Yep. That's definitely a possibility. So it looks like you've been reading into it. Mm-hmm. Hello there. How's it going? Welcome in. Yeah. Makes sense, dude. Ew, gross. That's the boots for this season? Is this fucking accuracy set? Terrible ass set. Here, PvP for the next 96 days. Let's go get this amazing set. Said no one ever. Where's the pin? Oh, survey hub. Alright. Let's see. This is NPC, yeah. Yep. Well, it's another player's account. That's a bot. Got it. Alright. Yellow 10 pull. Let's see what happens. Nope. Garbage. Alright. Let's see here. You can tell what it's going to do. Yeah. Alright, hold up. I'm going to get one more month of the monthlies here, and then I'm going to see what ends up happening. I just realized they ran out. No, you shouldn't. Use your free currency, but don't actually go, Don't actually go spend Aether for her. She's a unit you can keep and can be summoned at any point in time. Save it because limiteds are better. Alright. There we go. One more monthly set. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not gonna... I won't do it again if, I won't do that again if their money plummets next month. If it's anything less than 300,000 next month, I won't do it again. Because it means it's done. That's the first time I've been attacked in like fucking forever. I put her on counter.
Lower your gaze when you speak to me.
Counter set, and this way you get to abuse the part of the... one part of her, kit. Which is you can tap him for 2% of the... you can tap him for, any non-boss monster for at 2% that you can kill him, one-shot him, and, this should have fixed damage on it, too, somewhere in this skill. Attacks all enemies to cast return, desire to dominate, ignores 10% of the target's defense. Oh yeah, damage dealt increases proportionate. So yeah, you're gonna basically do this part of the kit. You just won't be able to get this part, which is fine. This doesn't matter. This is not why we do it. Well, so here's the thing. It's not that I don't like it. I just know that we've been talking about this for the last week, and it has nothing to do with me liking it or not. I've loved Outerplane since day one. But it is if I'm going to put money in a game I know is going to shut down, why am I going to put money into it that I'm not going to get to enjoy longer? That's where like me and Zeph are at. We don't want to put money into a game we know that's going to fail. And we can tell this by looking at their revenue numbers and also their business model of what they're doing with experience. So, it has nothing to do with is the game a bad game or a good game. We love Outerplane personally, but it's got it with subs of attack. No, HP. Her kit is based off of HP now. So, it says it right here in her skills. Casters, max health. Casters, max health. So you want to... and player retention is terrible, too. Is going to shut it down. Because players aren't sticking around with Outerplane. And that's going to be the other thing, you know? There's only so much I can do as a content creator to try to get people in to play the game. But I'm also not... I'm the type of person who I'm not going to clickbait you. You know, I'm not going to sit here and hype you up that this game is going to live for the next 10 years. It's not. Not at their current pace. It won't live a 10-year lifespan. Considering we're at 2.5 anniversary and we're already talking about... We were talking about EOSing in the first 6 months of the game. And watched them have some highs and lows, but then we see it actually get to real EOS range is sad. Like, they got really close during the summer. Like, a miracle stepped in and saved us.
This is going to make me rich.
So, that was something unexpected. But yeah, it has nothing to do with me not liking the game. I'm doing my part. Yeah, them not delivering on that right away is going to end up hurting. And we proved that with the interview, that it was intentionally planned to have a custom banner now for y'all to pull on, and they didn't deliver on it, and that is a promise not kept, which the community will remember. And it's what new players exactly wanted, too. That's another issue. You know, players have been asking me since the beginning of October, when is Gnosis Dahlia, Gnosis Nella, and Omega Naja? When are those gonna get rerun? When is are they gonna rerun Summer Regina? Are they gonna rerun this? Are they gonna rerun that? They're asking for all these units, these limited units, and the answer is half of those were just rerun. So you're gonna have to wait 6 months. And that's not how players, that's not how, if you're trying to reinvigorate a game, that's not how you do it, is make them wait 6 months to get this stuff. You want to get some of them you want to get them in as soon as possible to start getting some of these new units. I would have to say that the step-up banner for Demiurge Stella is a very bad one. Yeah, they want that to sell, but it's not. You know, her at Transcendent 6 isn't doing the job that the overhyping content creators wanted to have her do. And that's an issue. She's not performing the way they wanted her to. But I mean, to be fair, I don't ever expect a kit to go in and do what they wanted her to do. I mean, Nikkei. So you're a day one player. Did you quit at some point? I played closed beta, but didn't play at launch. I just started. Yes, so I've been, yeah, Outerpedia is terrible, by the way. We've been ranting on Outerpedia for the last, like, 2.5 weeks. I wouldn't say ranting, but Outerpedia is a terrible resource for new players. But yes, I played, so I played from launch to, I played launch till about 6 months-ish, and then I trickled off to, on and off till about 8 months. Then I just hard shut off the game, came back once or twice during it to where I was just checked in to see what was going on. Played it for a day or two, then came back right before service transfer to lock in my account, and when I heard that Smilegate was going to be giving it up, I wanted to give the game another shot because I knew part of the issue was Smilegate. So, I came back to see what Major 9 would do for Outerplane. And there was a lot of really great stuff, you know, right in the beginning that I'm not, you know, going to discount them for. You know, they've done a lot of talking to the community, but here's the issue, though. If this talking is just talk and not actual actions, that's a big issue, and I will not stand for that shit. You don't sit here and talk a talk and not follow through with what you do. Because personally, how come Outerpedia has been pretty accurate so far? Yeah, you don't know half of it. Alright, here you go. I'll give you guys a 5-minute rant on this. All right. Five-minute rant. I won't do it any further. All right. Outerpedia. Move this over here. So, when you, at first glance, when you look at this website, it is looks like it's a pretty decent site to set up with, and it's actually, there is some information here that's laid out pretty well. However, once you start digging in behind the surface, you understand that this site has a lot of bullshit information. All right, let's go here to where most people go, which is right here. This whole section is absolutely fucked after I talk to the people that are behind this. And they're not going to change their ways of doing it. So first off, most used units in the game is absolutely the most fucked up system they've put in here. This system does not actually tell you anything good or bad about the unit other than how many times they simped using the unit. It doesn't actually tell you why they use the unit, the reasons they use the unit. It's literally just the flavor of the month of how many guides they slammed it in, and it doesn't show up in how you think it is. So the way this is working is through a back-end system. Is anytime you see a unit show up on this card, it's being added to it. So if they make it as a suggestion, whether good or bad, it's showing up on the card that it's used in this guide. This is an absolutely terrible fucking system because it's absolutely misleading to new players. So the top 5 units here are not what new players need to summon for right away. You have Monad Ava, you have Diane, you have Demiurge, Stella, Akari, and Tamara. None of these units cohesively work together in a consistent form. Alright? So, Tamara is a buffing, debuffing ranger. You have Akari, which is a debuffing ranger. You have Demiurge Stella, which is the queen of PvE, so that is justifiable. Diane is a great healer, and so is Monad Ava. But they don't tell you why these are here, and these are not necessarily going to be the 5 units that you're going to go grab. So this list is misleading if you look at it at face value, because the way a new player experience is going to look at this, they're going to look at this as the units you need to go for. But in terms of what you're going to actually, if you were looking at this for a reroll aspect, you wouldn't probably reroll for Monad Ava. You'd probably chase Demiurge, Stella, or Luna as a reroll. But then you drop down here, and then again, you got another Demiurge unit. So within the top 10, you're already promoting 1, 2, 3. You're promoting 3 Demiurge units, and I can't even tell you the last time I used Demiurge Asti. And then the actual good units are down in here. So this doesn't actually mean fuck all for a new player. Then you go into the tier list. Their tier lists actually don't balance off of what you think they are. So the tier list here is based on... when they do this, they look at the unit's kit, and then they'll place it against... then they'll place it off of a... another unit. So, for instance, when they, because this was one that I called them out on, all right, was strikers, okay? So, how they do this tier list is they rated Noah versus Ray together. So, because Ray can do more damage on a specific stage, they rate Noah worse than, Ray, yet Ray is more limited in what she can do over Noah. Noah is a great general PvE unit. Ray is much more specific, but very good at what she does. They both don't belong in... It's not that they both belong in 2 different categories. They belong in a very similar category, probably A or B, together. But Noah is a better general use unit than Ray, but because they want to promote Ray because she can hit a higher damage number, but that's because of her special unique content. If she doesn't have that or have the bonus to it, she doesn't perform as well. So they're not rating units versus content. They're rating unit versus unit, which is not how you make a PvE tier list. They have a reroll tab for let's see what their reroll guide is. All right, so general guides, what is their reroll? What is their reroll? Where the fuck isn't that even on the site? Beginner's guide? Alright, so let's see here. FAQ? Oh, I am there. Okay. This isn't even really a reroll guide. So here's the issue. They've got a lot of, yeah, this is also part of the issue. This is a part of the issue. So in my reroll guide, I tell you why you're pulling for the units, not just to pull for units. We give you the exact reason why you're pulling for them and who you're using. So that needs to be cleaned up on their end. But like I said, some of the information here is good, but then when you dig into like guides and stuff here, you have to realize all these guys that are making this are actually whales. Or are very in-game players, so when they do content and they come in here and they make a video on it, you're getting to see an unrealistic expectation of how to beat the content. And this is one thing that I've challenged them on, was they need to not do this shit. Nobody wants to see you clear it in fucking 10 turns or less. You want to show how a new player sets it up. Also, this team here is not what the fuck you're going to want to take into this. This is stupid as hell. Because it promotes premium units over what normal players are going to get access to. Then this wheel, as I showed off the other day, does not actually prove anything on how to clear the content. And they don't even have one of the units in here that you're going to want to use to do that. Because they would rather sit in here and give you some fake bullshit that's not even going to actually be... Yeah, no, here's the better team, my friend. Here's the better team. As a free-to-play player, this team right here does wonders. Let me move this out of the way. That team right there will do you wonders. That is the real Chimera team. Then you can start going in and you can start replacing things like this as you go through and, you know, you pull things. So it's how they deliver information. Because nobody in their fucking mother should go do this shit. Like, no. No. If you can sustain it, sure. I could see that. But then they've got some weird sauce in here too. Like they've got some weird sauce in here too. Like this is one of the things I don't like about it. So, without context, You're not being told why Marrow is there. You're not being told why Scotty is there. You're not being told why Bryn is there. You're not being told why Ember is there. But if I go and do this shit, you're not gonna have a cohesive team that does shit. Like, if I did this and I was playing around with who had the biggest tits because I wanted to see who I could use, and I go do that team, is it gonna beat it? No, this system is stupid. They need to have 3 teams: a actual beginner level team, the intermediate I'm progressing team, and then the I've got every unit in the game team. So that you can make a good, better, best option. Not this fucking shit of this rolling wheel of shit to just make that general list get bigger and bigger, because that's really what happens there. Now, yes, there is a point in Outerplane where you can literally clear it with just about everything to a point, and that's kind of the case in the early stages of doing stuff like the special recruitment. You can kind of cheese it through with a lot of different things. But when it comes down to the final few stages, no, you've really got to get in and be very specific with what you're beating as you move further and further up. That, and they're putting in really fucked up amount of units into it because it can technically work, versus just putting in 3 hard lines of units and put it in a very easy to explain order of, this is the new player version, because here's the thing, without rerolls and all that stuff, players aren't going to have access to this. And this is one of the issues why Zeph and I are very against why sending people directly to this website without context is a dangerous thing that can make players leave, because they see all the premium units that they can't get a hold of. And the vets that have been playing for 2 years don't fucking remember the early game and actually how much Aether is really in the early game. Then we're also sitting on a bloated set of information for the next 45 days. Hey Siri, how long until December 31st? 1 month and 4 weeks. So literally 2 months. For the next 2 months, we have a bloated economy that will drop off. On January 1st, you're losing the 12,000 Aether in the reroll, and then you're going to lose the 1,000 tickets in the reroll because of the service transfer. So if any new player was to show up after that, they're not going to have that currency to start off with, which also gimps the original start. So you have a lot less to work with, so you can't go as far in the reroll process. So you need to be able to clearly lay out things for a new player. Not that you're saying they're stupid, we're not saying that. It's just to give a clear path so that when you set up something like this, so here would be an example of team progression. So beginner would be this. This is absolutely 100% obtainable for a new player to do. That unit you'll have to summon for. This unit is given to you for free, that unit's given to you for free, and that unit up there you've got to summon for. In my opinion, Outerpedia is a fantastic site. It's been working for me so far, so I have no complaint as a new player. Cool, great. As a veteran, it pisses me off because of how they do it, and also for somebody who is experienced in building new player guides, the path it takes a new player on is not laid out properly, and some of their opinion pieces on there of how they rate stuff is going to fuck over a lot of players. A lot. And I'm not for that. I want the new players to have the best path possible forward when we set this up, because right now we want to make sure that we take, not only bring in new players to continue playing the game, but we also need to take new players and convert them into spending players, because that's what Outerplane needs. If they don't get new spending players, this game's cooked and it's gone. And I'm not trying to dooms it, but that's just the fact. If they don't actually obtain and retain spending players, this game's done. It was almost done this summer, and Major Nine's given them last breath of life. If we cannot convert new spending players, this game's cooked. Unfortunately, they'll EOS within a year. And that's sad, and I don't want that to happen because there's so much good about this game that I want to be there, so therefore I'm trying to do whatever we can to convert new players in. They're more about... there's, like I said, there is good information in there that is the general information that you do want to say. It's how it's delivered is part of the issue. And one of the major issues is on the Discord, they hump this website like to no end. They don't actually answer your fucking questions. They send you to Outerpedia as fast as possible. Some of the information doesn't work for new players. It works for an intermediate player. It works for a player who's been playing for 6 months. It works for a player that maybe has been playing 3 months, maybe 30 days. There needs to be a good, clean line for brand new player experience that's not tainted from I've spent and I have 6-starred fucking everything. That perspective skews drastically what looks down on a new account. Well, that's if players don't know how to read. If players actually take the time to research and read, I'm pretty sure they can figure it out. Also, I don't like being a baby guide to clear context. No, I get that. And there are people who do not read. I promise you, we've dealt with them already in chat, where they come in and they've cooked their account and they have to re-roll it. Those people literally have done it. So, and you do need to step by step. So, you know, that's where we stand on it. You know, I will caution people for the day is long on using Outerpedia with a grain of salt. I also agree that there do need to be multiple opinions out there. And that is a good thing because that allows you to see different sides and different takes. So I'm not going to ever say my side is right, their side is wrong on certain things, but there will be certain key aspects I will firmly say, no, this is not how you need to do this. Which my biggest absolute fuck no is don't ever look at their tier lists. It's absolutely garbage. I don't think we need a step-by-step guide. Chaos Zero Nightmare is a great example. That game's about to EOS. The Koreans are absolutely boycotting the hell out of that game if they don't clean that up. Koreans are pissed at Chaos right now. Like, they are full-on charge backing the game. So, it has a lot to do with the writers that were involved in it. There is a whole... there's a lot of drama going on right now where the company specifically went out and they pulled a specific, not guaranteed to be 100% Cthulhu writer, a web novel. They basically ruined his career. He gets bullied there at the company. He leaves. Then the story comes back and is so trash that they ended up hiring a bunch of people to come in and try to fix the story. And the Koreans are finding out about it, and they are... there's been posts of showing all the chargeback, and we're talking thousands of dollars being charged back like that. And when the Koreans boycott something and they get to the chargeback point, it's typically not long before they either fix it, hard fix it, or the game dies. So when Koreans do that, it's normally game over for a company. But if the Koreans don't normally do a chargeback boycott, the game goes on and does its thing. And they're not standing up for that. So, yeah, I wouldn't put Chaos up there as a example for anything right now. We need to see them get out of the muck, and then we can see what Chaos does. I need a new gacha game. I wasn't feeling DNA. You know, I kind of hear that from many people, and I'm still on the fence on it. I can't quite put my finger on if I like it or don't like it. And I need to get some more time on it. I'm hoping within the next time I stream it, or two, I can finally resolve whether I like it or not. This light is still better than CZN.
Alright, let's test our luck.
Alright, weird. My settings aren't saving on this version of BlueStacks. I wonder if it's because of the crashes.
It's called death, and it'll be your sanctuary. Because nobody lives forever.
That I haven't saved, that my settings haven't saved.
Death. Eliminating enemies.
It's amazing. I'm sitting here running this on a 50 times better computer and it's crashed twice on me since I reinstalled it. And, you know, I've been looking for other games, but I haven't found any that really... I haven't found any that speak to me.
Don't forget your cut of the winnings.
Firing my shot.
You're still on BDO.
I will take their head.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to log in the next month or so. I'm gonna have to install and log in for just a minute just to get my account protected.
Die, please.
But thankfully, it's just log in and
In this moment, time bends to my will.
log in, and then just get enough time for it to load in and make sure that I can move around. Once I can move around, I'll uninstall it and be done with it. I'll say this for Outerplane: since Smilegate has ceased production, the other team has gotten a hold of it. I have not had a full game crash that made me re-download the entire game. That's good. I do want to try the new Chinese game where the wind meets. Interesting. I don't have... So, here's the thing. If I get excited for it, normally, it ends up being shit. Like, when I end up getting excited about a new game, it ends up, like, turning into complete garbage. And the only thing that I was, like, really excited for in October was Battlefield. Thankfully, we're able to play that. I've been having fun messing with it, and then getting to play with Ace has been fun. You know, I knew immediately nobody was going to come and watch it, which is fine. I don't play games for people to come watch. I just play them to play them. But I knew it wasn't going to get a lot of traction, but it's still there just for me to hang out and do some stuff. But I've been trying to find a schedule that works for what we want to do and where we want to go. You know, a part of me wants to play the new Digimon game, but then it goes, if I get excited for it, it's gonna suck. There's no gacha currently on production that I know of that I'm excited for, or that even remotely interests me. But that's also why I have the First Look series, because it will allow me to not only go back and explore old games, it'll allow me to play new games and take a look at the first 30 minutes of it, but that tends to piss people off. The Chaos Zero Nightmare fucks really didn't like my take on it, which is weird because I ended up saying I think this would be a cool game if you really were into it. But the few things there that miffed me were my username being banned. I'm not allowed to use NIG anything. I did, yeah, no, literally, because my first three letters are NIG, you can figure out the rest. Chaos Zero Nightmare wouldn't let me play the game. This has also happened on Blue Archive and a few other of the Chinese Koreans have done that before, where if I can go, because I can enter it in kanji and it goes through, so it's not physically Nightingale is banned, but it is the NIG letters. Is what normally is the red flag for that. Alright, that's 85, that's got enough. 109, dark 53. So But that was my main scuff with it, was banning my name was an issue number one. Number two is was the no English voice actor. That was a no for me. But looking at the story, it seemed okay. The animations and the graphics were good. The gameplay idea was cool and unique. I liked that. But here's the thing, because I instantly come in and say, nope, it's a hard no for me in the first 2 minutes. As soon as my name is banned, people get butthurt that I'm telling you not to play the game. But yet, even at the end, I'm kind of like, yeah, so if you take out the 50-50 gacha, which I think is a terrible mechanic, if my name wasn't banned and it was English voice acted, this would probably be a pretty good game for me to play. I think I would like it more. But because of those things that I don't want to do, I have people literally flaming me on the, for that game, for my take on it. And they said, you can't judge this in the first 30 minutes. Yes, you can. If you've played the amount of gacha games I've played, you can totally tell what's up within the first 30 minutes. Because you want to see the monetization model. You want to see how the animations look. You want to see... I don't give a shit about the in-game core mechanics, because if the first 30 minutes don't capture me... And I can't do it as a first hour. That's really too long with everything that I need to do, because the idea is I'm trying to play the game in 30 minutes, or play the game in 20 minutes... I'm trying to play the game in 30 minutes, then review it for 10. So that makes it harder for me. And I'm just blown away by the stupidity of people, because it's not like I was actually thrashing the game. The only thing I did is I sped up where I was trying to do it in 30 minutes. I got locked into a story stage that literally kept me playing for 12, 13 minutes, I think is what it was. I had to speed up. And I'm like... So I sped up where I was playing it. And I was even skipping the story at that point, just trying to get through it, because I wanted to, you know, try to keep it as real-time as possible. But, I mean, I got to see some of the mechanics, and I liked some of the aspects of it. I thought it was cool. But the key core things, I won't really stick around. And, I mean, I'm honest with you. I'm not going to stick around if the game, I will try to play it. Like Brown Dust, I liked the animations. I liked kind of the gameplay idea of it. But the lack of English voice acting, and it really doesn't... I don't want to stick around for that shit. If it's not there, I don't want to listen to whatever the fuck they're saying. I do like the videos, but they are a bit long. Nope. I don't make videos for people who have attention span the size of a mice nut. I come from a generation where we help you out, we walk you through it, and I'm not here to do fast-paced content. If you want that, jump over to TikTok. That's not me. Never has been, never will be. We walk you through it step by step. I have been there once because I wanted to see it. I went there once because I wanted to see what it was about, and then I never went back. And then Instagram and X became literally TikTok repost. So now I have to... Because now I have to deal with it there, I kind of am on TikTok without it. Just not a fan of long videos, so I'd rather read instead. I do this even for lectures, and that's fair. I come from a generation where long videos were the absolute shit. That's what you went for. If I would literally go to, back in the day, if I looked at 2 tutorials side by side, if one was 10 minutes and one was 15 minutes, I clicked on the 15-minute one. I would say fuck the 10-minute one. Every time. I'd rather hear them talk a little bit more because that meant there was probably a little more information, a little more insight. So for me, I always would go instantaneously to the longer video because it normally meant I was going to get more out of it. I'm also a person who, in school, I could listen and learn versus having to watch or read and learn. So as an audible learner, I could sit there and listen to it and I could pick up every little bit of detail extra that longer video had. But yeah, I was always the person who would skip the short video because I was like, nah, fuck this. That's less information. It could have been edited, concise, and probably damn near the same thing. But if it was shorter, I wouldn't watch it. I'd watch the longer version of whoever had the longer video of the tutorial of whatever it was I was looking for. Which was that's just always been me. Alright, let's go do the daily stuff over here. Alright, we'll put just you on there, because fuck leveling Villia. Also over here on Twitch, I'm a guy who would sit and watch as long as I could. Longer speedruns. Yeah! The game lasted an hour. In a speedrun, I would watch it, but if it was something like Final Fantasy VIII, which was 8 hours, I would sit and watch. Nice! Alright, let's go get the Monad Ava costume. So the only things we really want to grab in here are going to be the 2 costumes. We'll go ahead and grab the pieces, grab the gold. I don't think we're going to grab the frame. We'll grab the evolution book, though, because that is actually worth. Fuck that, fuck that. Joint challenge. You know, I hate to say it, the joint challenge shop is really terrible. Like, really terrible. Like, the only reason to do it is for the Aether right in the front. It doesn't take long to do that for the Aether. Like, do the one clear for the Aether and then walk up. Now, World Boss Shop, I thought actually had something in it. Hold on. Didn't World Boss actually have something in it? Ah, the Transy Stones, and then the costumes, if you really wanted those. So I can kind of see the Transy Stones, but... eh. Alright, we need to spend a little more Aether. We'll go jump in and we'll do a 10 roll on... Actually, I probably need to go check out my gear. I've come to acknowledge that people don't actually see my cool costumes, so I stopped buying them. Half of them being Whale Flex. Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and do the cell real quick so that we can get past that. The only people who see your border is when they go to check out your friend page or on the actual Nope. Hold on. No, you don't even Yes, you can see their borders when you're attacking them. So, that's about it. But, I mean, this is garbage content regardless, so... Oh, shit, I forgot to do this. Whoops. Your Honor, I plead an oopsie daisy. I forgot. I meant to go in here and do this. Yeah, that was at least something. That was at least something.
I will try my best to avoid a meaningless fight. I must carry on. Ancestors, lend me your strength. Face your judgment. Don't look away. As the world shrinks and disintegrates. They should praise me for this, no? Have you forgotten your manners? Lower your gaze. I will not be bested by some rotten soul. This is my atonement. For you, death. Don't look away. As the world shrinks and disintegrates. This is my power. The authority of hubris.
Those happen from time to time. But revenge doesn't really work here. You could go revenge them, but there's no point.
Would you die for my ambitions? I must carry on. Ancestors.
I mean, you don't have Gnosis Dahlia at all, Zeph.
Face your judgment. Prepare yourself.
After this week is a no on spending because Christmas gifts come first.
The
Yep,
heart of winter is cold.
makes sense.
They should praise me for this, no?
Because she doesn't have a, animation or anything. She's just a base, you know, she's just a normal unit when you summon her. There's no, like, extra sauce that you get like the seasonals. Which is weird. That they don't have it for all of them.
For you, death. Don't look away.
It's not like she comes with the lobby. She doesn't come with a,
Disintegrates.
you know, any of the extra summoning stuff like that. So there's no point in chasing it for that. The only reason you'd want it is so she has the buff or the extra killing gas. Like, here's something that's sad. These people have quit the game. These are people that are slowly backing down. That their accounts are dropping. These were people who had climbed originally, and they're slowly working their way down each reset.
Have you forgotten your manners? Lower your gaze. I will not be bested by some rotten soul. Ancestors, lend me your strength. For you, death. Prepare yourself. The heart of winter is cold as ice. They should praise
Bad business models.
no.
Alright, this one's gonna hurt, so we're gonna need... Oh shit, never mind, I'm out. Alright, got the energy from that. So let's see, we've done that, we've done that. Let's see, what else do we need to do now? Oh yeah, spend on quirks. And then I think we're ready to do this stuff. Actually, now thinking about it, there was actually one game that had good revenge mechanics, but this game shut down years ago called Lane Girls. Okay. And what was the secret sauce about it? Nice. That's funny. Alright, so we have those done. And now it's what? Just raw damage? With elemental advantage? Okay, yeah. So next up, we'll start working on... We're not even going to bother spending. Probably do grass next. Do the earth, and then do water. Get those trees built up. Because we're going to end up needing to re-gear all of our characters regardless at some point. Do you think VA Games could sue due to negligence? Only asking because I don't know much about that side of the business. No, because they probably signed over an agreement allowing them to do whatever they felt was necessary. Which is something that I wouldn't say is common, you know, but basically what they're doing is, I think it's mostly VA is giving up most of their rights of the game to keep it afloat, and it's probably an investment line that's going in on Major 9, trying to keep it afloat and allowing them to do what they feel is necessary to do it. As part of the deal, because it's not like, and then you got to look at the assets of whatever VA Games actually holds in assets. Is the equity of the company is probably being the backing line of credit for the most likely loan Major 9 is given out. So that is the capital that they're using against it. So it's like being able to use your house as a lending tool, or a car as a lending tool. I forgot to mention the game was a gacha where girls sort of knocked off Asher Lane, but with CC clothes for non people. That means destructible clothes. Hell yeah! Let's get him naked. Okay. That is just, I think, the ping for anniversary, spending the coins. Heroes. Alright. I don't think Diane is anywhere near being... Yeah, no, she's nowhere near being leveled up. And Ray shouldn't be anywhere near being leveled up. Or not Ray, Karen. Karen's up here, because she's got better gear. Yeah, Karen's gonna be a while. Okay, so let's pull down to maybe 600 and see what happens. Just so that I can get a few extra star memories, because I know we're gonna start going through those pretty quick. Because we already recouped, what, 150 tickets? Because I pulled it down to 500. Cool. One more. If we get it, we get it. You bamboozled yourself? How so?
If I'm needed, I'm always available. A momentous occasion, akin to the birth of a new life.
Is it too much to ask for a break around here? Jeez, now you're gonna ask me for more, aren't you, boss? Jeez, now you're gonna ask me for more, aren't you, boss?
Alright. Now let's go get our Aether out of those. I was talking to a friend of mine, he said, you know, I'm surprised Silent Hill F doesn't have any Gunner mods. He laughed about it, and I said, yeah, luckily, but then a day later I go to one of my favorite sites to look up some creative mods people make. Silent Hill F, that's funny. Alright, so let's jump into story and start blasting through this. And continue on. Nice. Okay, let's do Scotty, Ava, Eternal, and Noah. All right. So
You better be ready to pay me my overtime. The underworld is my home, and my side is the Reapers. May death equalize all. Necromancers control death. Rapid fire. This is it! Get out of my way, you troublemaker!
also modded in CJ
I'm
Johnson.
taking your life.
You know, modders never cease to amaze me.
Enough playing
Never cease to amaze me.
Get out of my way, you troublemaker! No, I mean!
So let's see. What do we want to do for a schedule for the rest of the year?
It'll be your sanctuary.
So one thing I'm waiting on is trying to get.
Zero motivation.
So the Aether keeps like circle jerking, teaching people or teasing people that the Aether 2 is about to is going to be dropping its alpha soon.
Did you observe closely? Surely you can do that much.
For Minecraft. So what I was looking at doing is, we've had, don't carry fire enemies. Got it. I was wanting to go back to Minecraft on my Bedrock version, but
You better be ready to pay me my
now on the new computer, that would straight up require a new install. I could bring over the save file, yes, of the last backup. I still have it installed on the other computer, but the issue's gonna come down to getting everything to line up properly. So I was looking at starting a new one on Java that I can lock in to a specific point. So, meaning I only ever play it on this specific world seed, so that the version number doesn't upgrade.
Here I come. Spill your blood.
And
My thoughts exactly.
I was wanting to bring the Aether to... If I was going to do it on Java, I wanted to get the Aether up.
I'm over here.
Because the Aether has always been something that I enjoyed from long ago.
In this moment, time bends to my will.
So,
Dares to harm my master.
the issue is, I can't I can, but that being a core mod of basically what would be the Let's Play, I can't,
This is it. Get out of my way, you troublemaker! That expression of yours is delectable. Here I come. Spill your blood.
Out of sight lies the assassin.
Cue the fanfare.
I can start one, but the issue is there's a good chance I could corrupt the world trying to chase it.
My thoughts exactly.
Small thumbs.
If
Clear, Noah.
Because sometimes there are mod incompatibilities, and we saw that when we were doing the SMP. So it's like, if I wanted to do that, we would have to...
I'll slay them.
We would have to know it was going to work. And because this is a remake of the original 1.12 mod, this isn't something we can just cook up right now. And be like, alright, I'll just go use the version prior. What the shit? Oh, we need unbuffable. Okay. Okay, so we need to be able to steal buffs and unbuffable. I needed an AoE. Let's see. You're unbuffable. But we're not going to get around to that. Trying to think who has that in their kit. Unhealable, not what I exactly want. Reduces buff durations, granted by 1 turn. See, I don't need buff reduction, I need straight on strip. When using this skill, has a 100% chance to remove all buffs from a target that attacks the target. It's not what I want. It's not you. Okay, there we go. But that's a unique resource. Requires, so that's gonna take a minute. I could just buff and verse them, which is not the end of the world. Let's see. That took damage. That's not really what we want. They stack. Luck stacks. But if you had to pick, you want the Blessed Hand because it's more. If you're going to put just one on there. When using this skill, it removes buffs from all enemies, then attacks and deals damage increased. Can I remove more than one buff if that's leveled up? Because it's blue.
Wonderful. Are you here to have a royal audience with me?
Yep, I can remove 2 buffs on all enemies. Okay, this might be something we can cook up. All right, let's see here. I've got 2 books. She only needs that. Oh, she's in the middle. Never mind. All right, so it'd still be worth using the book. So I can get this down to 3 turns. Alright. And how many books do we have? We have 88. Alright. We're gonna remember Eliza. Hold on. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that does this already.
How did I end up like this?
Alright, this might be the sauce. Alright, so let me look at the stage and see. If I can freeze it, then we might actually do this. Are you immune to... Frozen. Immune to frozen. Okay. So that stops that. Okay. Because I believe it's if. No, not inflicted with frozen. Okay, so if they... Correct. Not inflicted with frozen. Yep, nope, that has to be it. Alright, should have an effectiveness charm. Just to get the effectiveness. Alright, we're gonna go give this a shot. Oh, I'm just messing around with the story, trying to do stupid shit. Just trying to do stupid shit. Alright. Alrighty. Let's go have some fun. I know. She is. But not the buff.
Our time together is precious, so I'll wrap this up fast. You shall all be still as ice. Trifling insect.
I did not want that skill to go off first. I couldn't get auto off. Whatever.
Rapid fire. This is it. Get out
Let him cycle through this.
troublemaker. Noah beam. shot. Noah Collider! Spirits of darkness. I offer their screams. Grant them silence.
I'll go.
Let's freeze these two fools.
Trifling insects.
I'm survived. Let's get this over with.
Go ahead and get the crit buff up.
This is it. Gather round. I'll put in layman's terms. Get out of my way, you troublemaker! Noah Beam!
This'll be quick.
It's time we end this.
Eliminate. Not watching your six, huh?
This is it! The final blow! It will be done. All right.
Yes, master.
I kind of want that just for the 6 CP. Let's roll.
Suffer regret, for you've taken my master as your enemy.
Science punch, science punch, science punch!
We waste our time. End this now.
I'll go.
I need to end it here.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Just to slow them down and remove her other buff.
Die! It's freezing me too.
Oh, resilience? You bitch.
Should we kick it up a notch? As you wish. Time to take a bow.
See ya, Noah Collider! All right. What are you all doing? Let's swarm them.
Go ahead and get her broken. Yep, so the whole idea was just to bring it for the strip.
Over here.
Could care less about everything else.
This is it! The final blow!
Good. Confronting an archdemon, die!
Can I sit this one out? Should we kick it up a notch? My thoughts exactly. Small fun started.
Clear. Thrilling, isn't it? Let's do it. An upgrade.
We're gonna do this just for the chain points.
The air quality is decent. Breathe it in. Noah Beam!
Not yet. Yes, master.
Cue the fanfare. Thrilling, isn't it?
I'll go. You shall all be still as ice.
Just because somebody's immune to something doesn't mean there's not other value in the person's kit. That's lesson 101.
Out of sight lies the assassin.
I'll go. Be gone.
It's freezing me too.
We waste our time. End this now.
This is an affront to my genius. It's simple. Flying is easy if you're a genius like me. Here we go. Noah Beam!
I can do it.
So I should have used that a little bit earlier. We're gonna go ahead and do this to protect her, because I think we can still soul it. In worst case scenario, I'll bring somebody different for damage. Now that I know that this works.
Spirits of darkness.
Yeah, you ain't dying to that.
Screams. Grant them silence. This is an affront to my genius. An upgrade. The air quality is decent. Breathe it in. Noah Beam!
Out of sight lies the assassin. I can do it. Yes.
Now this is where we get cooked. So she's in stealth, so we're not going to be able to hit it. Okay, cool. I'm going to bring in a better damage dealer for this. So, cool. That's all we need. So, we can't use fire, so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to cheese it with the one thing I don't really want to do. But it is what it is. We're going to go single target with Luna, and that should cook with what we need.
A little more left on the clock.
Good.
You shall all be still as ice.
Go ahead and rock this, because if that doesn't matter, we just don't need to burn the skill too.
Is it my turn?
Rapid fire. This is it. Shall we continue? This is humanity's resolve. Complete the way forward, starting with you.
I'll go.
Naive fool.
Well, I meant to actually, I should have put her over into the other mode, now that I think about it. Should I do this just to, yeah, let's do this just to get the CP built up.
No one dares to harm my master.
And the increased speed will help us rotate him a little bit faster.
Good.
Naive fool.
That action points the whole 9 yards. Because basically we just needed better damage. Accuracy and effectiveness for 3 turns. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, don't worry. I was like, as soon as I realized it, I was like, I probably should have switched her.
Wisdom of the king, activate. Shall we continue? Oh, son of the king. Take that.
I'll go.
Oh well, the longer we take here, the more we farm up for the CP anyway, so that's fine. Because I'd rather go in and have a chain right away on her, and honestly, we might even be able to get 2.
Firing my shot.
And just roll, double roll right into it.
Quick.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
Power of an archdemon. Trifling insects.
Make it a little bit easier on us.
Let's get this over with.
Small fry spotted.
How clear.
Basically, farm up everything we can get before we jump in.
Oh, son of the king. Take that.
It's time. Eliminating enemies.
This'll be quick.
I need to end it here. Naive fool. Comical.
This'll be quick.
Naive fool. Comical.
Let's get this over with.
Rapid fire. This is it. Give it our all.
Okay, yeah, just do this. Because I'm where I want to be for the opening.
This'll be quick.
Alright, so we have increased damage to bosses. Whoops, I don't want to burn that yet. We want to wait till she goes invis. Hello there, how's it going?
Out of sight. Lies the assassin.
Boom, now.
Get this over with.
I'm gonna take her out of invis.
Clear. Give it our all. Oh, son of the king. Take that.
This'll be quick.
I need to end it here. I've had my fun. Now disappear. I'm not in control of this.
It's time.
Honestly, let's just go ahead and do this now. How are you doing today?
Full power unleashed.
Time to meet your fate. There's no use fighting it. Accept it with humility. I shall lead the charge. That's simple.
Sparing no arrows.
Exterminate.
Good.
Confronting an archdemon? Comical.
And I sit this one out.
Rapid fire. This is it. It will be done.
Good.
You shall all
Freeze them in the back.
miserable fools. I nearly pulled it off. So, you've decided? I shall test your faith.
Do I want to go White Knight? Nah, let's just go ahead and do this.
Who races across the moonlight? I am your original sin. Whine all you like. I won't spare you.
I'll go.
Yep, I fucked up. Alright, hold on. I've also got a question on Scotty, because something doesn't feel right with her. What's my CP at? That would help out! Holy shit! This would help out a lot. A lot if I actually had my characters geared. That would help out so much. I'm like, God, why are they taking so many? Just like, they're getting like ripped. I may be dumb, but how do you know what gears to put on characters? First off, you gotta know to put gear on your characters. That's the big one right away. You just gotta know. You gotta know to put gear on your character. Don't try to do content with just face tanking it. How do you know? Okay, so it's kind of told to you by the kits, all right? So, like, you want to look at something like, if we're going to use Monad Ava as a option, you don't want her super fast, but you want her fast enough that she takes a turn. See what I'm saying? You want her to take a turn. So she's going to increase your speed, which is 30% speed on top of whatever you have. This is going to have an agile response, the dual attack. So as a dual attacker, you want her to be fast, but you don't want her to take away the bulk. So like with a healer, you want to aim to where you get them fast enough, but they're not too fast. You want to get some bulk so that they can take hits, because you want them to stay alive. And then you need enough resilience to prevent them from getting like a dangerous debuff on them. But you have to kind of balance that act, because some things just straight up ignore the resilience anyway, so you're gonna get that. But then with the way her kit works, she'll at least cleanse 2 off because of the time dilation, so we know we can get some of those off. She also can't be frozen or silenced, which is good, so we know that the 2 major ones that would shut us down can't happen to her. So this kind of basically says roll a speed set and then some protection stuff. I always prefer the resurrection token, but I don't have a good one yet to level this up all the way. So I'm not going to use this until we get one. I like Monad Ava super fast so I can use the dual attack. I don't want her that... So here's the issue. I don't want her... If you go into super fast, you lose out on the EHP of the character, and I want her to stay in the fight because her job is a healer. The dual attack is cool, but in the end, you want to have enough bulk on her. Of course, like I said, mine's not any like thing to show off, because I still haven't gotten a speed set to show up with a red set of speed to show up with the stats that I would want. But I could get her probably 20 speed faster and still be around this EHP. Because I know there is more on the necklace that I don't have. So let's see here. We also want to bring over the, we want to bring that over for this. Luna needs, so like Luna, I prefer crit damage over speed. I would rather have the excess damage because I want her to be a nuke. So I want her to hit as absolutely hard as possible. When it comes to, doing damage, when it comes to like openers like Scotty, I would rather have blistering speed on her with enough bulk to where she doesn't get one shot right away. Quirk level is also a factor. Yeah, my quirk level's already there on everything, so I mean I've got them as, you know, as high as they can go for most everything. There are still some that we're missing. Honestly, we'll just throw it on there for if she crits. So like speed, like Rangers are probably going to be built on speed sets. Main nodes level 10. No, I haven't. I'm still spreading out and getting the rest of my stuff, all the side nodes leveled before I take up all the nodes to 10. Because I mean, yes, that is extra damage to elemental advantage, but I'm trying to get all the extra substats baked in before I do the main nodes. All right, now that I have gear on my two most important units in that comp, this probably is gonna focus a little bit better. And I'm not just gonna get cucked. I kept wondering, like, what is going on? Why is Scotty not going? Oh, that's the 100% speed on her. Because I'm like, why is Scotty so slow? Scotty's not supposed to be that slow. Scotty's got my Valentine gear. She should be running laps around these characters.
Was it my turn? Target confirmed.
Because, like, when the crit buff falls off of my damage dealer, feels really weird.
Lend me your continuum.
Like, huh? I should be keeping that up at all times.
I will protect them. Can I sit this one out?
Beginning the hunt.
I'll shred you to pieces.
But yeah, 2 of the units didn't have gear.
So, you've decided?
Yeah, I could not. That's what was blowing my mind. I'm like, what? No, that's not supposed to happen. Not like this.
As the knight who races atop the moonlight. I am your original friend.
Let's get this over with.
Time to take a bow. See ya.
This'll be quick.
Naive fool. Die. It's time. Eliminating enemies. Yeah. Let's fly.
This'll be quick.
Confronting an archdemon. Die. Give it our all.
Actually, do I want to go back now to single target? No, we're gonna leave her here.
Oh, son of the king.
We'll leave her here.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, see, now she cycles back around for the crit buff before it falls off. I knew I wasn't crazy. Yeah, and I've also got 2 bursts right away.
This'll be quick.
Naive fool. Die.
Let's get this over with. Small fry spot.
All clear.
This'll be quick.
Confronting an archdemon. Die.
Alright, now this should work a lot better.
Let's get this over with.
Let's go ahead and accuracy and effectiveness. Reduce skill cooldowns. Let's go ahead and just start ripping right into her.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Illuminate. Full power unleashed.
This'll be quick.
Let's go,
Minions.
I'm glad. Full power unleashed. Secret.
I can do it. In this moment, time bends to my will. No one dares to harm my master. Oh, son of a
Just do this to cycle through.
Can I sit this one out?
rapid fire. This is it.
This'll be quick.
I feel like Alice isn't built, and fuck playing with a lolly.
Free. I'm not in control of this. It's time.
What the shit? She resisted?
Let's all protect our master. That's simple.
Full power unleashed. Can I sit this one out?
Oof.
Beginning the hunt.
Oof, it resisted. Resilience OP, yep.
Time to meet your fate. There's no use fighting it.
Some people get mad, fuck lollies. And not that way.
It will be done.
Okay, yeah, that resist totally just cucked me. So I'm gonna start over real quick. Alright, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
I will bring victory to my master.
Good.
You shall all be still as ice. Miserable fools! I barely pulled it off.
Yeah, litter was it. Don't get banned now? Right.
Beginning the hunt.
I'll shred you to pieces. I can do it. In this moment, time bends to
Is
my
that my
will.
old computer's fan fucking up?
To harm my master.
Yeah, my old computer's fan is like literally getting jacked up right now. I can hear it starting to wobble.
One shot sure kill. So, you've decided. Wisdom of the king, activate. Shall we continue? As the knight who races atop the moonlight. I am your original sin.
It's like a slight like rumble every now and then, where it's like the fan's like turning over,
Small price fire.
which is weird.
This'll be quick.
You're wearing a headset? That's totally why you're hearing it.
Confronting an archdemon, comical.
Yeah, it's the it's so there's 3 fans on the top, 2 fans on the bottom, 2 in the front, and there's 1 in the back. It's that back fan gets where the bearing in it's getting worn out. So you'll hear it wobble every now and then.
This'll be
I mean, that fan's 15, no, 12 years old? 11. 11 years old.
Confronting an archdemon, comical. Give it our all. Oh, son of the king.
Let's get this over with. Small price fire.
All clear. It's time.
Eliminating enemies.
Right?
quick.
demon comical. Let's get this over with.
That fan has been around. It's one of the few parts that are left original in that computer from when I bought it. Is that fan, the two bottom fans, and the power supply is the only things that are original in that. Now, the new computer, I mean, is literally brand spanking new.
One shot, short kill.
This'll be quick.
You shall all be still as ice. Miserable fools. I barely pulled it off. Secretly. It's time. In this moment, time bends to my will. No one dares to harm my master. Let's get this over with. Time to take a bow. See ya! Give it our all!
You know what, we're gonna go ahead and convert her over to single target.
Give it our all! For your king!
Because I want to hit that as hard as possible when we come through.
I need to end it here! I've had my fun. Now disappear! I'm not in control of this! It's time. Order confirmed. I'll finish this quickly. Disappear in the depths of time. Exceed our boundaries! Let's get this over with.
Alright, let's go ahead and use weakness gauge 1 on it.
Incinerate. Exceed our boundaries! Full power unleashed. Fire! Spirits of darkness. I offer their scream.
I haven't.
Grant them sight. Give it our all! Chase the moonlight! That's simple. Then fly! Exceed our boundaries! Full power unleashed. Fire!
This'll be quick.
This is the power of an archdemon! Miserable fools! I barely pulled it off.
It's 126 episodes long with one special collaboration.
Get this
Okay.
over with.
Interesting.
Should we kick it up a notch? As you wish. Small thumbs five. All clear! Exceed our boundaries! It's time. Firing my shot. Follow my lead! Give it our all!
Alright, let me make sure I've got her in the right one. This is White Knight, okay.
How about a challenge?
White Knight attacks the enemy, ignores... Yeah, this is what we want.
This is humanity's resolve!
Hit her with the big skill.
Starting with you!
Interesting. That's quite the episode. Let's go ahead and
It's time we end this! Incinerate. Follow my lead! Full power unleashed. Fire!
yeah.
Whine all you like. I won't spare you. Let's get this over with. Join operation.
Chain again.
Ready. I'm glad. Let's fly. Follow my lead. Full power unleashed. Fire! I can do it. Time, lend me your continuum. Now, I will protect them. Is it my turn?
I'm gonna take the gamble. We're just gonna go straight for it. Because I think that they both have crit. It's just everybody else doesn't.
So, you've decided? I shall test your fate. Show me your resolve. Let's get this over with.
Just to make sure, we'll go ahead and pop the crit buff there.
This'll be quick.
We'll go ahead and do that just to make sure.
Miserable fools! I barely pulled it off. It's time. Order confirmed. Eliminating enemies. Follow my lead. Give it our all. How about
And GG. She's denged.
place your fate on the line?
Ta-da! Cool.
Show me the way forward.
Yeah, gear makes the world of a difference. Having gear on a character and not getting epic 15'd is also another one. Not getting epic 15'd. Imagine. You send good news. U.S. Patent Office makes rare decision in order to re-examination. The patent that awards... Get fucked. Oh, God, that's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh. Alright, let's see. Prophecy is unlocked. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that's 30 of 30. Let's go ahead and jump on into this, get some done. Alright, so let's just bulldoze through it. For now, we'll do this. Until it tells me not to do it. Yeah, the Nintendo patent. So we've been talking about this on and off on Ace's podcast for the last couple of weeks, following the Pal World thing, and any chance we get to shit on Nintendo is a great day. And I hate saying those words because I was such a Nintendo lover as a kid growing up. There was nothing more exciting than Christmas of '96, getting the Nintendo 64. Oh my god. That was such a great
And disintegrate.
Christmas.
Beginning the hunt. I'll shred you to pieces.
I've still got the original Nintendo 64 box that thing came in. Oh man. There were so many great IPs on that back in the day. I loved playing Legend of Zelda. I loved playing Super Mario, freaking Cruising USA and Cruising World were amazing. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie. What was the fighting game? The airplane game. Star Fox you had on there. You had, darn, what was the airplane game? I remember Sarge's Heroes, the, yeah, and it's terrible.
Take your reward.
What Nintendo has become was not Nintendo. Is not what Nintendo is today. Like, before Pokemon, Nintendo,
It was great seeing you.
it,
Now, freeze to death.
their old school was way better.
Rapid fire. This is it. Show me the way forward. My
Win first promotion. challenge. Thank you. What are we talking about? Yeah, the new Pokemon has a lot of issues with it. Which is another reason why I really want to play the Digimon game. Because that looks so much better built. But I can't pull myself to spend $99 on it just yet.
Rapid fire. This is it. Firing my shot.
And I'm also trying to figure out where I'm going to work it into the schedule. Am I going to do it in the mornings or am I going to do it in the evenings? Am I going to save the evenings for more, like, Boomer Squad Battlefield stuff? Weathering Waves probably on the podcast night. Omega Ruby's still better. I don't know. I'm still biased to red, blue, and yellow. Silver and gold was cool, but I liked red and yellow better. Blue is fun. Starting with Squirtle was fun there. I had to on that one. Oh, you're talking about adventure licenses. Adventure license really isn't a whole lot of stuff. Yellow and crystal for me.
Not watching your six, huh?
You vouch for Digimon, it's good. And that's what I keep hearing, is it's good, so...
Not watching your six, huh?
It was great seeing you. Now freeze to death.
Like I said, I just dropped $100 on Battlefield, beginning of October, so it's like, is this gonna be my purchase for the month of, for November? So after Gold and Silver, the next Pokemon game I played was X and Y when I got the 3DS. Because I wanted to play... I thought it would be cool to play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And then I realized that they cut the game and it's not the exact same game. And that made me really sad. It's not even that it's fun. It's not that it's not fun. It's that it's very little rewarding for what you have to do for it. Which makes it not fun to do. It's like PvP. There's no point in climbing. Especially if you have a job. PvP is, PvP is literally garbage. Like, you can go earn the weekly crystals, diamond, aether, in, what, like 5 minutes probably? Best weapon to farm for beginners, it would be, to go do Glyces, and you're trying to farm, a lot of the stuff out of that. Then it goes to Deck and Mech would be probably the next most popular one to have to grind. But Glyces and Deck and Mech are probably the two easiest weapons to get, and then you're gonna pretty much spend your life grinding Chimera for those sets. You like Majora's Mask more? Okay, so I've beat Majora's Mask once. I've beat Ocarina of Time like 3 or 4 times. 100%ed it once. Where I did everything.
You've been working very hard. Take your reward. Wisdom of the King, activate. That's simple. I'm over here.
You know, I like the idea of the time thing, but I guess I just prefer how Ocarina of Times works versus the day cycle thing you have to do in Majora's Mask. I think that's what bugged me. I get it's the cool main core part of it, but it didn't function for me the way I wanted. Do you have a VOD for what teams to make for all bosses? Yes, I have that under special recruitment. Has its own, special recruitment has its own, video. It's an hour long, I go over everything. I play Hack Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask. Okay. Interesting. See, I probably wouldn't go do that. Because if I'm not holding my Nintendo 64 controller, I don't want to play it. Like, that's just nostalgia for me. Although, I will say, them killing the remake of the Perfect Dark game really makes me sad. Because that remake was looking awesome. But once again, Microsoft kills another great thing from Nintendo back in the day. Well, I think it was Rare, really. Yeah, that one really sucked. That was gonna be a great one. I was so gonna play that. Microsoft is doing a lot of really dumb shit, and I quite can't figure it out. I know you're not a Final Fantasy guy from the years we've talked, but personally, I have hopes that Final Fantasy IX remake. Seen the screenshot, they're looking good. Just gotta wait for more information. Nice. Yeah, I never got into the Final Fantasy storyline. It's never been anything that just, like, stuck with me. Unfortunate. And I know it's a good story. Like, I mean, I get it. It's just not... It's never been for me. Anyway, I gotta head off. It was nice to see an Outerplane stream again. Might do it again myself. Yeah, totally do it. I just Series X because of it. Okay. Wow. Out of all the ones you played, Final Fantasy. It's crazy how many of them there are. I think I had like one of the original Final Fantasies on Nintendo. Like, it was either that or Castlevania. It was one of the two. Because I swore I had on the original Nintendo. I had, I think one of like Final Fantasy 1 or 2. I want to say. The other one that hooked you was Final Fantasy 7 and probably 9. Alright. 7 makes sense. I know 7's popular for a lot of people. The only Final Fantasy that I actually played, like, out for a while was 14. Because MMO. That's why. I was the neighborhood tank and spanker.
Together with you.
Alright, think we'll be fine. It's 9:45.
You better be ready to pay me my overtime. Target confirmed. One shot, sure kill. Eliminating enemies. Crawl, insect. Prepare yourself.
The heart of winter is cold as ice.
Wisdom of the king, activate! As the knight who races atop the moonlight. I am your original sin!
So I think we're gonna probably get close to 45,000 Aether when it's all said and done.
Shred you to pieces!
Which isn't a lot of Aether. Like, we really gotta be careful. And I actually have to think about that banner. Am I gonna end up pulling on it? Because we have to get, between now and the end of December, Christmas Diane,
Stand back. I do
new
not
Christmas
wish to
unit,
hurt you.
and then debate if they do end up bringing out that custom banner, because now I don't believe them.
Take your reward.
Do I have the ability to pull on it too?
You can leave it to me. Activating safety mode.
And that's something I'm not 100% sure on.
I'm over here.
Follow my lead. It was great seeing you. Now, freeze to death.
I'm glad.
That I'm not sure of.
Follow my lead. It was great seeing you. Now, freeze to death.
Target confirmed.
And that's kind of terrible. Like, and that also means now what else are we not going to see from them? Are we not going to see? Are they not going to bring out the?
Now, freeze to death.
Are they not going to do the English voices like they said they were going to do? Are they going to bring out any of the game modes they said they were going to bring out? Like, as soon as you start not doing things, that's going to put a pretty big damper on people's parades here. Will you or will you not follow through with what you said you're going to do? Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not even spending the pity I have on it. I have a pity, I could pull her right now if I wanted. She's not English voice acted. She's not that great. I don't need to worry about her right now at all.
Begin firing. Remove them.
So, she has very low value for me. The one thing you're gonna use her for, she doesn't even do well.
Show me the way forward, my premier.
Yep. You add to my 200 days worth of pulling on pity. That's all it becomes. I mean, the design's cool, yeah. That aspect I'm not gonna sit there and deny.
Rapid fire. This is it. Firing my shot.
Design's cool. Kid idea is unique. But she's not even doing what she's supposed to be doing, so... Or what that you want her to do.
World shrieks. And
But there'll be something unique that comes up and... she'll do fine with.
I am the herald of finality. I am your
But I feel bad. There's going to be content creators that have pushed new players to go pull for it, and they're going to waste their aether.
Beginning the hunt.
Choose your favorite type of character too. Insane, but she's not worth it. Yeah.
Firing my shot.
Nuisance. I'll teach you some manners.
Exalt Ars Nova! Place your fate on the line! How's this?
My thoughts exactly.
Bro's got the hots for the yandere characters. Secretly, he wants to be domed by him.
I'm over here.
You've been working very hard. Take your reward. I'll teach you some manners.
That's simple.
So I gotta start thinking about, am I actually gonna go do Stella Sora as the next first look, or am I gonna go jump into something else? Like, I don't know what I want to do this week for that first look video.
Together with you.
But it's Wednesday, I gotta make my mind up pretty damn quick. I gotta make my mind up. My favorite characters of all times are the all yanderes and some series. Nice.
Rapid fire.
Stella.
This is it! Eliminating enemies. Follow my lead!
Nuisance.
You're not even joking?
Don't look away.
Shit.
As the world shrinks and disintegrates.
Wisdom of the King, activate! As the knight who races atop the moonlight,
We'll see.
I am your original sin!
Is it a Genshin style game, or is it a, like, Epic 7 Outerplane type game?
I'll shred you to pieces!
Damn, that's the best thing in this? Fuck. That's kind of sad.
Nuisance.
Because that also determines how I have to do this.
Exalt Ars Nova! Place your fate on the line! For your king! Banquet!
Not watching your six, huh?
Exceed our boundaries!
You've been working very hard.
It plays like Vampire Survivor. You get 3 characters, your main character, and 2 supports.
Simple. I'm over here.
Follow my lead!
It was great seeing you.
What?
Now,
Okay, yeah, no, I think I'm gonna have to go crack this open then.
I shall go wherever. Together with you.
Is it playable on an emulator, or do you have to play this on a like an actual like mouse and keyboard setup? I think more like Diablo with some characters, long range, short range. Okay. No downside, I say no English voices.
I will bring victory to my master.
I mean, typically when it comes to gacha games, I'm more surprised if it's got a English voice than when it doesn't have an English voice.
Eliminating enemies. Follow my lead!
nuisance. Don't look away.
Like, personally, I'm way more shocked when it has English voice than when it
The
doesn't.
world shrinks and disintegrates.
Stellasaur would have worked a lot better with English voices because there's a lot of talking. Yep. But Korean and Japanese devs normally don't care about the global market. Normally, they don't care about the global market. Yet that's going to end up being who carries most of the game anyway. Which is why I don't fucking understand. Is if you know that statistic going into it, why not? Why not support, you know, a general language? Because not everybody speaks Japanese. Not everybody speaks Korean. There's a lot more people who speak English than that speak Korean.
My thoughts exactly. Time to take a bath. See ya. Follow my lead. Eliminate. Not watching your six, huh? Follow my lead. You've been working very hard. Take your reward. Incinerate. Not watching your six, huh? Exceed our boundaries. It was great seeing you. Now freeze to death.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Show me.
I mean, it makes sense.
My premiere.
All right, we'll deal with her probably next stream. What equipment on Gnosis Valia 6-star in PvP? Thank you. I don't know why you 6-starred that damn unit, but let's start there. You ain't gonna get much out of her. So you're dealing with a striker, so here's kind of what you got to cook with. So you have to deal with this. So let's start with the Cocoon of Rebirth. Each target affected by Bane's Dominion receives the following effects. Allies receives 30% final damage, less than 30% final damage. Gnosis Valia, 30% defense to Gnosis Valia, 30% final damage to enemies. Enemies, 50%, they're going to lose 50% attack. When the turn is gained, Gnosis Valia priority increases. Removed, irremovable, removed when Gnosis Valia dies, only the highest final damage reduction value is applied. She's going to work with corrosive poison, which reduces the reduces all priority increases by 20% and damage and deals damage proportional to the caster's max HP at the start of the turn. Removed when the casters die. So she's going to be a HP based unit as you start reading this. The poison inflicted by the caster is changed to corrosive poison, which deals damage proportional to max HP instead of attack. So you're not going to be stacking attack. Active effect. Attacks the enemy and has a 100% chance to inflict stun for 1 turn if the target is a boss. Additionally inflicts corrosive poison for 2 turns. This damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's max HP instead of attack. Attacks the enemy and has a 100% chance to inflict corrosive poison for 2 turns. If the target is a boss, inflicts corrosive poison for 2 turns before attacking. The skill of damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max HP instead of attack. So you're gonna probably be looking at slamming on something's HP and probably speed immunity with HP and HP crit chance and effectiveness is what it looks like you're gonna end up doing. Removes 1 buff from all enemies with a 100% chance to attack all enemies, gain an extra turn. Bane's Dominion and enemy mages 2 turns, ignore resilience and immunity. Actually, no, you won't really need effectiveness. If the target is a boss, inflicts corrosive poison for 3 turns, ignore resistance. Yeah, you don't need effectiveness, so it's just HP, speed, and defense for the bulk. Crit chance if you want to activate a rogue's charm. So yeah, you're basically trying to get as much HP as possible on her. But wasted investment. She doesn't do what she needs to do at 6 star. So unfortunate. People have wasted a lot of Aether on her because she doesn't stop Demi Luna, which is what they wanted her to do. So very unfortunate with all the limited units being rerun. Because we're going to be getting Diane. We're supposedly getting a rerun that's going to allow, like, Gnosis Velia, Regina, and what's-her-face to get rerun. Dahlia to get rerun. Nadja. Collabs obviously will never be rerun, so never hold your breath on those. They're not making enough money to do that at this point in time.
What's the matter? Life's energy
So
courses through my veins.
yeah, I saw the collaboration coming out with that. All right. Are we done for the day? For the day. Do note Stellasaur has a PC client. If you have issues running it on the emulator, then try it out. If you have a proper controller, support for keyboard, mouse, Android, PC, get it on progression. Alright, so I'm gonna... That's probably what I would end up doing is... So what I had originally is I had an emulator set up with the first look account of... on it for the for doing the videos. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just download the PC client and log in with that first look account. Is what I would end up doing if I end up doing that. I don't know if I'm gonna do Stellasaur, if I'm gonna go pop into something else. Because like I said, I'm not doing it for views. I'm just doing it to go through and see what we got. You know. We did Chaos Zero Nightmare, and that was an interesting first look. Good one to kick it off with, honestly. So next up, I'm not really sure where I want to go. Stellasaur sounds interesting just because of all the hate it's getting, so it's kind of interesting to see how bad it really is. So that makes for some interesting times. So we might do that. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. It's 10. Time for me to get my day rolling again. Tell you what. It's kicking my ass. It's 2 a.m. shit. Of course, right now my body's trying to tell me it's 1 a.m. I'm getting up, but whatever. So yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We'll be on... maybe tonight. Not 100% sure how it's gonna go. If not, we'll be on tomorrow doing something. and seeing where we're at. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Enjoy your day, and I'll see y'all later.